Mosul è una parte di Ninive. Ninive è molto più grande, si parla della Bibbia, no? Nel libro di Giona. Per passare tutta Ninive bisognava camminare 3 giorni.
مزيان السلاقة وراها تتبع ياشا قاود القش تتيشنو تريرخا القش قروتي الأخ الماثن وخني يعني كي بغداو قريو الماثن لأن كنت رحقو شعرخ مندي النقص فأخا يعني كنت كاثخ يغبع ياشا بالقش مرات كاثخ أخا يعني.
ولهذا لها أهمية كبيرة في تاريخ الكنيسة الكلدانية ككل. لقد رأت الكنيسة اضطهادات منذ بداية المسيحية ولحد الآن.
We converted from Hebrew or Jewish to Christian on that time, the 1st century or 2nd century. It's very old village, Al-Qosh, because it's mentioned the name in Old Testament with the prophet Nahum. We have a tomb, prophet grave in Al-Qosh is prophet Nahum.
Sì. Hai mai visto, no? Nini.
Beta.
I am Marvin Kamil Jawro, it's my name, and I'm 20 years old. My family is everything in my life. Someday we heard there will a terrorist organization, it's called ISIS. They will attack our village. In that moment, I remember that we didn't believe it, and we said no, everything is gonna be okay. After we go out from my village, we went to the Recoge. Sorry, until 2 months we lived here. We couldn't live there. In our country, we live like refugees, you know.
In August 6, 2014, when ISIS occupied all these places in Nineveh places, we accept many families, many refugees. There were at that time 1,000 families from different places from Nineveh, but we still have dangerous time or dangerous situation because we are too close in the front line. It's just 10 minutes, I mean 18 kilometers. We hear everything when ISIS shooting Peshmerga in front line.
Essere prete qua in questi momenti difficilissimi è una cosa molto difficile, ci vuole tanto, fare tanto, essere con famiglie, con persone che sono spiritualmente distrutte, psicologicamente distrutte, no? Devi ricostruire la speranza nel cuore e nella mente di questa gente. Più ti mette vicino Dio, perché noi sentiamo il bisogno di avere più grazia e più forza, e questo non viene se non solo da Dio, quindi ci fa pregare di più, ci fa avvicinare a Dio di più per prendere questa forza e per prendere questa grazia di poter continuare a rimanere vicini alla gente. E fare un battesimo significa rinascere per me e anche per loro.
I am Yohanna Yusuf from Karakosh, a Christian Syriac Catholic from Karakosh. I am a teacher in the University of Al-Hamdaniya and now displaced in Erbil. Now we are in Kawar. You know, when we arrived, the people were there in the streets, in the gardens, public gardens, and in that time there is no hotels, no places to go there. I was living in Mosul before on 2006. I have a threat from Al-Qaeda. They came and asked me to give a ransom for them as a jizya because I am Christian in Mosul. I told me you must pay $500,000 or we will kill you or kidnap your children. For that, I left Mosul in the morning with the help of many Muslim friends. I came here and I built a house. From that time, I live in Karakosh with my parents.
Before Daesh invasion, 5 times Christians were spelled out for a week or two, threatening letters, kidnapping, killing, and all of this.
The events began at the beginning of June 2014, when there is many accidents and circumstances became worse in Mosul city. Until 10 June, ISIS can enter the Mosul city and they occupied everything there. On 6 August, ISIS gangs, they attacked Nineveh plain. And you know, from the media, the TV, social connection by the internet, everyone see and know what ISIS do. The people of our cities, our villages in Nineveh plain, they left them home maybe in a couple hours and they go to Kurdistan region, just like Erbil, Duhok, Slemania, and they separate in all KRG region.
The night of the 6 to 7 August, I saw the Peshmerga are fleeing. I asked the bishop what had happened. He told me there is nothing. I told him to speak with the Peshmerga if they are leaving Karakosh or not. 1 hour after, the bishop called me and asked me, where are you? I told him I am in the house. He told me, all thing is finished. Leave Karakosh because ISIS will take over Karakosh. 2:30 in the morning, I have no car. I went to my neighbor, they were sleeping. I asked them that we must leave Karakosh to Erbil. We didn't take anything with us. I left all my documents here, only with my t-shirts.
المرحلة الأولى عندما احتل داعش مدينة الموصل تجاوز مناطقنا ولم يدخلها. المرحلة الثانية القطاعات أو القوات البيشمركة أو الكردية كانت موجودة في مواضعها السابقة، وعندما حدث ما حدث تنصلوا من مسؤوليات وانسحبوا بدون أن يبلغوا المواطنين بالانسحاب وتركوا المنطقة خالية لداعش بدون مقاومة وسلاح.
Questo cosa voleva dire? Voleva dire che c'era un piano per consegnare i cristiani della piana di Ninive a Daesh, allo Stato islamico.
The Christian fled before ISIS came because we heard what had happened for the Yazidi.
ولكن ما تعرض له اليزيدية هي طريقة طبعا أكبر بكثير حقيقة من باقي المكونات. عملية اغتصاب النساء وسبي النساء وقتلهم.
In June, August 2014, 125,000 Christians were forced by Daesh to leave Mosul and Nineveh Plain, and they arrived to Erbil and Duhok.
Quando è arrivata la gente qui, ero aspettando nella chiesa di Martishmuni a Ankawa. Arrivavano la gente stanchissimi. Era una situazione di estrema difficoltà. La cosa che stupiva che la gente del secondo giorno cercavano le messe. Non c'era posto per accogliere tutti quanti. Ankawa è piccola, poche chiese ci sono qui. La gente ha convertito tutte le piazze, anche campi di calcio, anche le case, anche l'hotel. Tutto quanto si è convertito come un unico altare. Ovunque si poteva celebrare la messa.
الماس سليمان من كرمليس، مواليد 79، متزوجة ولدي 6 أطفال. يعني دخ دقاوي لكاوي دخ دقاوي غاوت ماثن وغاوت بيثن وتيو بغاوت يعني أخني صح يعني على خلف الإيتا دي لا حويثن. يعني يومكم شاغل يوم لا يوم إثن شولا يوم ليثن حسب يعني شولا دي التام. من خليل مشؤومي وكبيرة لأنه عجاية كلك ودميخة بقاوت كارس عخدي سربا قبليله بقطعة كهرباء يعني شقلن بس خمندي بسيط بس مجرد هويات بس يعني ذكريات كلها بشلاخ. يعني لها عجبونا قاح طبعا يعني لا أوي ولا عجبونا يعني لا أوي ولا إيمان لك أخو خليص من إدافي يعني أبسط من دي.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye.
The name of the camp is HT2. I'm here a teacher for the kindergarten. We have kids about more than 100. I decided to study English because I like the English language. From my childhood, it was my wish to be a teacher. Before the life of ISIS, Christians were also punished from the period of 2013 after the fall of Saddam. We escaped at the 9 in morning when the bomb was felt and 3 persons, a woman and 2 kids were died. Jesus said that you will be punished, you will be killed for anyone will do the right thing that will go with the Jesus. He will be punished, he will be killed, he will be persecuted, and we will agree for whatever will happen to us for the sake of Jesus. I married in 25 of February 2015 and I have a son. His name is Noor. Yes, of course, it's difficult also to have a son in this situation, in these circumstances, because no one knows what will happen in the future. We don't have a future here now.
In September 2014, we have registered 13,200 families in our database system. Today, we know that there are less than 10,000 families.
They've been here for 2 years now. For lots of them, they found jobs. Even sometimes it was very hard to find. It's like they made a new life here. So there is people who just want to stay here in Erbil. There is people who want to leave the country as soon as they can because of, I don't know, they have children, they don't trust Iraq for the future.
بريوال ضرب أخ كبير وشمخ وحس وعوال دين كله يزديوا علي وأخني بلطلن يوم 4/8/2014 ما قد بلطلن واي ثيل بثرن 6/8 وير داعش شمين وير داعش آخر مثل بطناي بلطلن يعني حتى قسم سيارات انك معي فخله ياخو بلطلن بطراق سود بلطلن خارج بطناي بطراق سود وكوخوه كبيره حزينين كده بلطلن منه سهل نينا بالنسبه لي كبيره ومهمه لان انا هو مواليد 93 هو اللي قاعد اتسهل نينا يعني هيك تزلن دوكان لغزي لم بيشطم سهل نينا كبيره طاول ويخمون سقاوي وان شاء الله برجعوا خليه كدك ماطن لدو كحسن يعني دخواوي يوماثي بقميثة قم داعش 6/8 يعني كبيرة وخمونسو وكلن بتعايش سلم ياخا بين ثخاخا وثوى سلام بيناتهم كلن وعيش محبة وخايب السيم.
Dopo 2003 tante forze si sono intervenuti nella piana di Ninive facendo dei cristiani, creando problemi ogni giorno, di ogni tipo, spingendoli a lasciare queste loro terre.
From 2003 until 2014, Iraqi government was responsible from Nineveh plain, but it was absent. It was not there. KRG was there and not responsible.
We decide to take anything as we can for us. Just we take the money, our money, and go out the side. We leave our house, we leave our village. It was really a bad moment for me and for everybody. We were crying at 10 p.m. when the army left his place because he couldn't ISIS. He was very dangerous and very strong. I remember that when I left my village, I really feel there is a big hole in my heart. I remember that and I couldn't forget that. I cried. We felt that maybe for a few days and we will return to our home and everything is gonna be okay and will not happen. But the fact, it wasn't like that. I opened my suitcase. I put anything in my hair, just one shirt, one trouser, and take my money, go outside, leave everything here. In that event, what happened to us, it wasn't easy. So many of people, they were saying, where's the God? And me, what? Sitting at home, doing nothing, and what I was asking myself what I will be in the future. When I went to the Hook, I lived there with no work, just sitting at home. I don't know what I have to do, so I decided to go to the church. Before, I didn't go to the church every day or every week. At that moment, there was many questions in my mind. So I went to the church for the first time in the Hook. I asked myself, before I go in, what I will ask to my God, and what I said to Him, and how can I meet Him. Shall I be angry with him or shall I what? I prayed and asked my God. Just I said, what is going on? What happened for us? What is our fault to make that things happen to us? Why we?
Now we are standing in St. Matthew Monastery, outside of Mosul city, on the border between Kurdistan region and Mosul city. Here in the mountain, this monastery is regarded as the famous one and oldest one in Iraq. The time of founding this monastery is belonged to 4th century, which is existing and established by Saint Matthew. At this period, the Caesar Julian back to his origin religion as a pagan. He made a very severe persecution for all the Christian in his empire. The matter pushed thousands of people to leave their town, their villages, and go to more safe places. And that was the decision taken by Saint Matthew and his followers. There is no difference. The persecution will stay the same persecution. But the life is different now. At the ancient, there is some attacks, there is a persecution, but now we can see that everything is go suddenly by the internet, by the television, by many methods. I was living all my life in Mosul city until 2006. They killed my big brother there. So my family had to flee to Nineveh plain, and in 2014 they also had to flee to KRG region. And that's the nature for many of our families. The number of Christians in Iraq before 2003 was about 1.5 million. Now the whole Christian in Iraq, they are not more than 200,000 people. But here in the monastery, we had to take every value thing, because we expect if they reach here that they will collapse and destroy everything. We can see that there is a genocide for the Yazidi, for the Christian, for other minority, but no one moved.
No view, and they didn't declare that, because before 2 weeks they said no, the Christians have a choice. Why they didn't pay jizya? The USA declared that is genocide. France declared that it is genocide. EU also declared that it is genocide. Only UN, they declare that Christians have choice.
Yes, maybe there is difference between what happened to the Yazidi and between what happened to the Christian, but it is a kind of genocide to remove a community from his land, from his house, exactly 3 times in one month.
There are, I think, countries who pay for that.
Who countries?
You know who pay for them? Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Qatar, and all the people who support ISIS, I think.
For the history, it's very important that the world community would recognize that what happened to the Christians and Yazidis was a genocide. And this, I think, will push everyone involved, including Islamic countries, Islamic leaders, who would like also to defend Islam from Daesh, would call them to take responsibility for the coming generations, not to repeat it again.
أولاً ورا كذا يعني اللوباجات وأي مشاكل التن وهو ازدحام يعني غزي لوخن بينوخن بس بي من ديتن مشكلة تذكر آخر.
We have 4 checkpoints, official checkpoints for Peshmerga. And after that, we have 2 other checkpoints for the Iraqi army. You must have a permission to enter. You must stay and take a letter or a card to pass. And every time when you arrive, you decide to go here, they ask, today you can't go. I'm sure they have interests in the region because before we belonged to Nineveh and now they want to dominate all this area.
But the Kurdish people want to take the Nineveh plain.
طبيعي 100% هذا الكلام صحيح.
It is normal.
الكل يطمع في ساعة نينوى وليس الأكراد وحدهم.
Do you think with the Kurdistan government, the Christian will be free?
Yes.
Why?
Because we have a freedom religion, freedom choices. If you want to be a Muslim, go be a Muslim. If you want to be a Christian, go be a Christian.
Temiamo che ci sia un piano molto più ampio, un piano politico oltre, di svuotare quest'area degli stessi cristiani.
You will lose trust in the land and in the future. And that's a big hurt when you live for 40 and 50 years and you give everything to your country and suddenly you get nothing.
You're very critical with the Iraqi government. Do you prefer Kurdish government?
No, I prefer any government that would stand by the people.
So until this moment, this area plus some other areas, it is a problem between Iraqi government and KRG, and everybody or every one of them, he tried to control it.
أنا وطالب قاوي الثانوية وبعدين صوب بشوالي آخر مرحلة بثانوية زلوالي بشوالي يعني بكلية وطالب بكلية وآخر عائلتي بالخيوة بزراعة وزري وأراثة ودا حاليا يعني لبش لي بالزري لي أراثة لأن إثن عبوات قاود أراثة كبيرة تمشيط. ايه كاثن بس يعني كنت كاثق حيسق خمندي غريب يعني حيسق درجع لنا الماثن وهذا يعني مندي مفرح بكون يعني ديله يعني خراب وايد ديبا بس يعني كبسخ ديله ماثن وأوبرناك. يعني يا أخي مندي مؤسف في الطالن يعني هو مندي دواء وهذا حلوثة قاوي ومندي منسخ وقاوي دغزينا هذا بطناه يعني كبيرة قهروخ وإن شاء الله مع مريله وبيشا بشطو. بيثني متكوني مطلث غرف نوم واستقبال وهول كلن أتوخوا قاوي يعني جمع أخوة ما قد أخوة كلن بيثة جمع أخوة قاوي ومطبخ وحمامات تابوا بعد بيثة. أنا متخبل إنه غزم ثوالي كبيرة ذكريات حلوة ذكريات المدرسة وكدنوا زورو ومقمط بلطخ يعني كبيرة خايبة سيما وقاودات قريولة ودا كل من يزلو. هاي معلقة قاود جودة كل ما يعني متفايتوا خير وقاوة وناشقواله وساير وصليوه دا غزيله خني لمبل تلارا وقطيطة. أدمن دي أنا ما دين فهمه يعني أي محبة أخني دين ديان محبة وتسامح له ومن دي بسيمة لدك فاهم الدين ديان.
Giona, il profeta, nell'Antico Testamento ha predicato a Ninive, ha raccomandato un digiuno perché la Ninive forse sarà distrutta se non si convertono a Dio. Molte volte Ninive è stata distrutta durante la storia. I cristiani si sono molte volte sforzati a lasciare le case.
When they had to flee the village, first of all, all they were seeking is coming back. But when the village was liberated, they came back they saw the houses, and like, a lot of houses was burned, everything was stolen, lots of houses was completely destroyed. So I think we can say that some of them changed their mind.
Batnaia è un villaggio molto antico dal tempo di Re Sanharib, teneva 800 famiglie, adesso come vedete non c'è nessuna perché è tutta rifugiata nel nord dell'Iraq o in altri paesi. Questa è la chiesa di San Coriacos Caldea, la chiesa parrocchiale di Batnaia, profanata dall'ISIS. Non c'era la croce quando sono venuto, io sono il primo che sono arrivato qua dopo la liberazione di questa città, c'era anche la bandiera dell'ISIS, l'abbiamo tolta e l'ho messo io la croce sopra. Mi ha preso un dolore gravissimo, davvero, non potevo rimanere, sono venuto qua per 10-15 minuti, ho chiesto di partire, ripartire, tornare in Al-Qosh, perché non ho riconosciuto la mia chiesa. Le scritture coraniche che hanno scritto sul muro e anche lì è stato il centro di training che facevano loro qua. Poi piano piano 2 o 3 volte sono venuto qua, alla fine ho detto è diventata la realtà, dobbiamo accettarla e anche prenderla come punto di partenza per rifarla, per ricominciare. Abbiamo sentito che Dio sta vicino a noi nonostante tutto questo che è successo. Dio ti ha protetto da questi ISIS, meno male che siamo usciti prima di arrivare in ore, no? E allora Dio sta con noi. Sono tanti musulmani che adesso mi seguono e io li seguo con il catechismo, con lezione della Bibbia, pregare anche insieme. Tanti di questi musulmani arrivano a un punto di voler battezzare. Ho avuto battesimi di tanti di loro. Ancora ci sono nelle case, tante case, anche nelle altre strade della città, ci sono ancora bombe artificiali. I cristiani non hanno finora la decisione e non credo anche nel futuro avranno questa decisione. Tutto viene da sopra. Se vogliamo liberare l'Iraq e liberare tutto l'Oriente e anche l'Occidente dall'ISIS, dobbiamo prima trattare il problema della mentalità. I veri cristiani hanno fiducia in se stessi che possono essere la luce e il sale della terra. E questa è la nostra missione. Anzi, adesso abbiamo più chiara la nostra missione in questi posti, in questi paesi. Dobbiamo diventare questa sale.
I arrived to the checkpoint, how I walked around the village and how I opened this door. I was scared. Maybe there were some bomb or thing here. I couldn't touch anything. I was asking my God to help me, to find me the way, to help me in that thing what I want. I wanted to be a good man. So I was asking my God, please help me. To Luskov. I born here. In every place I have many memories. When we left our village, I left my friends, a lot of the best friends. I can't see it in our life. I live in one of them, he went to Jordan. One of them, he went to Lebanon, some of them to Turkey. At the same time, I meet many of good people. In that moment, you know, I find many people that help me, and really I thank God about that. He make me meet many people that really changing my life. The God, He didn't forget us. He know what is going on here. You don't have to say where's the God. The God is by my side here. And where did you go? The God will be your side. Sometimes when I think, why ISIS? Why ISIS, he destroyed us. But at the same time he said, if he wasn't want that, he will not ISIS come here. Why? Because the God, he want to different many things in my life. And it's really, that was the most beautiful things. Also, it's happened for me after the ISIS.
إذا سيرمرتني, there is my grandfather's, everything there, it's destroyed by the ISIS.
During 3 years, we were, and we still crying. We were still crying for our memories with our friends here, with our families. That memory that will not come back anymore. It's gone. So, but at the same time, we thank the God about anything and everything.
حدادة، زراعة، يعني مزارع، كل جزاري، فلاحة، كل من دي يعني إنتي مهن كبيرة آخر. هي من قيمة أخوة كذا كزوالي أطفال المدارس، كزوالا الإيتا، كزوالا قدش تبربارة أبسط شيء يعني عصرياثة بلطخوة جيلخوة خضرخوة يعني لكت وأخوة بيثة كأخوة منسي وأخوة منسر. الكل من دي مهمين وكل من دي بس يميل بكرملش حتى بوخح. من شعور أي خاد بثرت التيش إنه بلقى دد أثراجع خاز بيثح كل مقذها يعني أي خمندي حل كبيرة زحميلة أي ما وذ بعد بش من دايما دي دوذ يعني ما كبخ يعني مقذلة قنولة تويرة يعني ما بشن بعد يعني ما مفجيرة ما بشن يعني أي طبعا بزدخ من اختصاب بزدخ من يعني بشاق ليالا من أبسط شيء يعني أي من دي كبيرة من دي أنا قمزي قاوي أو أهم شيء هي مانوثي لأخني جيبا يعني تكلخ ببنية معذرة بس وبالها أهم شيء صلاتي لأنا جيبي يعني أخني يعني تكلخ بآلها مني إتن يعني غير أي سلوثن لتن غير سلوثن.
Il cristianesimo è entrato in questa città nei primi secoli. Adesso Karamles è una città cristiana, 800 famiglie. Tutti profughi in Erbil, in Kurdistan, dopo la venuta di ISIS 2014.
Sono ritornato a Karamles dopo la liberazione il secondo giorno. Ho fatto una via lunga con l'esercito iracheno, pericolosa, ancora c'era ISIS. Al primo giorno no, siamo andati solo sulla collina, abbiamo messo la croce. Il 70% delle case sono distrutte o bruciate. Una parte di chiesa bruciato, e altri casi sono danneggiati dall'attacco. ISIS ha rubato tante le cose.
Quella San Giorgio, quella gialla, è fondata come un monastero 598 da un monaco da Caramles, si chiama Giorgio, al cimitero di Caramles, il vecchio cimitero che è stato profanato da ISIS. Allora ISIS ha usato la chiesa come centri militari, forse portava delle donne qua nelle chiese. Certamente una quantità buona delle famiglie vogliono ritornare, ma vogliono almeno restaurare il villaggio.
Rebuilding the infrastructure, supporting the families in rebuilding their houses. Yeah, the government should really make these villages attractive.
La ricostruzione è una cosa secondaria rispetto alla prima, quella del per quale futuro.
نحن شعب نريد أن نعيش تحت مظلة القانون وليس في غابة.
أول أمر يحتاج هو الوضع الأمني، الاستقرار الأمني، يعني إدارة ذاتية إضافة إلى أو محافظة ذات خصوصية ويعني.
It's impossible to return back to be before 2014.
We don't want a governorate because now we are the minority. We want to have our cantons. Because if we have a governorate, it will be controlled by the others, and the problem will be stayed the same.
When the Iraqi parliament were talking about the special status, I think today they have changed, because these issues would change day after day. What I am looking is for a government where they could really support and strengthen the minorities.
يعني أثناء دخول داعش بحدود لدينا 400 شخص، هؤلاء الأشخاص من نساء زائد الأطفال زائد الرجال، تم خطفهم وحقيقة ودهم إلى الموصل، وقد لدينا هناك حالات أيضا من الاغتصاب للعديد من النساء.
وبشلن يعني 3 يوم تعمد أخي برطة موجودين وداعش كويويرة وإحنا لك إذا خب قبل يعني ممكن ما لهم رزقنا أخني برخة لربيل كم رجعينا يثهني ورنا وتوهن لنا يعني وذن دائرة اللي توهن يعني قاما وبش كم بقليلا ليش ما نصير مسلمين بس أنا يمكن شغلي يعني بصفحة وبش كم حاكمني يعني كملي لي إذا تصير مسلم راح نعطيك حرمة ونعطيك فلوس وبيت ونسوي قائد عسكري نخشيله بطلقة بس بعدين يثهن لنا كم مليلا يعني كم بالطيلا كم مالي من إيدي وكم مبلي لا سجن ديك مقطيله بقاوي كم اللي يعني خور يعني لك بشت مسلمانة بشت ما خاذ بقتله كم اللي لا ما أصير بعدين اشقله مسدس هذا أبو عبد الله مدار الريشي يعني يمر دمي إذا ما تصيروا مسلمين راح نقتلك كم الله دمي يشد دم يعني يخلي لك سير من يعني يخلي مدينة بلبن لي بس كلام قمن لي مطيلنا البرط لي وهم كم مسمخينا تام مسيطرة ديتين كم اللي لأن أنتوا شنو مسيحيين كم اللي خليني علي قبل كم اشتري لان كم مولينا بسجن قبين وبالتاكسي زل رجع لي كم شاقل لي لان بسيارة كم مولي لان القرية موصل شماه شريخان برطلنا يعني إقامة بث يعني مخزينا جيران وناشي بشكاف كلني يثهلنا لنا يعني بشكاوينا مساعدات هذا اللي مثلا يعني دوشك وهذا مثلا خاله وململم يعني فرغانة بيثه وتاما بش يعني يشمهن دواعش ضد المنطقة ديك اختامة يعني سولاي بشكاثة يعني كلهن لنا يعني عسبد مول بيلان دين ديتين وانا هم يعني ملك منقشي ولا ثاني يعني هم كم نقشي ولا براجديات وهم بعد يا خمس رشاشة كامريل يعني انت تعرف تقرا لازم تعلم امك وبعدين بشنا تاما اشترخي وهم بشكاثلن يعني انا مشقليلي شوي مرة على مود صلاة الجمعة يعني ننقم صالنا 7 مرات مشقليلي مشقليلي شوي مرة سجن وكل مرة ديك موبليلي يعني 25 جلدك نقشيلي وقريلي 0 موس يعني وكم باطيلي
When I came to my house, the house of my parents were destroyed completely by the aircraft. They put all the clothes in all the rooms, and they put my books also to burn them. Christian people, especially in Karakosh, all of them are cultivated. They finished their university, they are teachers, engineers, and they work in all Iraq. All the teachers in the towns around Karakosh are from Karakosh. For us as a Christian, it is impossible to return here without security. That is the first thing. The security must be made by international protection or guarantees. Now we are surrounded by people who have relation with Iran, with the Iraqi government. They want to change the demography of this region.
La città era come rifugio per altri cristiani che fuggivano da Baghdad, da Mosul, è stata sempre rifugio. Forse perché è grande, forse perché c'è una coesione sociale e la presenza forte della Chiesa. Prima dell'arrivo dell'ISIS la città contava circa 50.000 persone. Alcuni della propria città, cioè che sono nati e cresciuti, circa 30.000, gli altri sono rifugiati in città. E anche i musulmani sono rifugiati a Karakosh proprio perché è una città governata da un principio cristiano. Tutto il tempo parlavamo di queste cose, cioè come essere un credente efficace nella società, nella comunità, ma anche vivere secondo quello che noi ascoltiamo, leggiamo nella Bibbia.
This church is the biggest church in Iraq. It belongs Syriac Catholic from the Archdiocese of Mosul. All the people of Karakosh shared in building this church. People who can pay, others brought materials. There are some writing about Islamic State. ISIS used this place to train its fighters.
Questo ha fatto veramente un colpo molto forte su perché allora siamo qui, se anche le chiese sono state bruciate, perché siamo qui? Questa domanda ritorna sempre. La Chiesa alla fine non sono mattoni, ma le anime. E queste persone, se non rientrano, questo sarà ancora dolore più grande. Quando la gente di Mesopotamia hanno scelto di diventare cristiani, hanno lasciato forse da parte le armi e il linguaggio della violenza e perciò sono stati sempre più vulnerabili sia dai regimi o delle dittature oppure di altri governi. Noi nella zona abbiamo davanti chi ha rubato nostre case, chi ha bruciato le nostre case e chi ci ha voluto male. E come faccio questo?
A process of reconciliation should be really carried on. And I'm afraid that the Iraqi government do not have any vision. Life have changed since August 2014. There is no trust anymore. People will not trust their neighbors. Have changed dramatically.
My name is Diana Momika. I'm a Dominican sister of St. Catherine of Siena, originated in Iraq. I work at Martishmoni Medical Clinic. We try to tend the medical need, the shortage in medical need that exists here in Erbil and especially in Ankawat. We were able to open 2 clinics. This one is the main one. It's called Martishmoni Clinic. The convent that I was living in, it was built in 1900, which is, 116 years old. We left everything as it was, really nice and neat. But when we went to see what happened, it was a total shock for us. The front walls, they were all fallen down. The convent was totally open, and the big shock for us when we get inside, we saw the chapel. They destroyed the altar. They took the host of our Lord and threw it on the ground. Like I myself, my room, I was, after I studied in the US, came back, I had over than 300 books. As a woman, I say that we were very lucky that we left. We did escape because we knew if we were in the hands of ISIS, they could have done anything, to torture us, as they did to our sisters, the Yazidis. I grew up from one war to another. Through my entire life, went through Iran war, Gulf War, then the sanction, then the US war, and now this is the worst war ever. I could say I'm angry at some people because they take religion as a part for doing what they are doing. I've never recalled that I was angry at God as much as I was questioning why, God, this is happening. Should this happen? I do ask God, where were you? At the same time, I know the answer. God was with us when I reflect back on each experience that we passed through. My relationship to God actually became more strong. Being close to people on the ground and then holding all these experiences to my community, to the prayer, because we have the Eucharist every single day. So when I place every frustration, I would say it, every pain, every suffering, I receive it on the ground. I do place it on the Eucharist, on the altar during Eucharist. So you feel God kind of, tell me, I am carrying some from your shoulder. I'm not letting you carrying all that. When I go to church and see hundreds of people attending the service, some they say this is piety, this is not faith. I myself, I would say it is faith. Without their prayers, they wouldn't be able to survive. We look to the light, we don't look to the darkness. We always look for the brightness, and this is why through the organization that we founded, we always look for projects that can give hope to people.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
They could take the stones, but the faith is still inside.
It's my point of view, but I think it's like here, Christians are like a big family.
On earth as it is in heaven, give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses,